20.
You return without incident to the cliff face, and there is no one there. It looks quite different. Actually, the brambles and stuff, they look like they all died and they've been dead for 6 months. They're just like rotting, which is very strange. But you are there. He has just stopped at the escarpment. There's still ropes leading down into the escarpment, but he has stopped.
And we need to pass through the escarpment to get to where Bodaka was falling. Okay. So
Yes.
yeah. So I don't see why we should wait. The path is clear. It's a beautiful day. Hey, I might even get in a hunt. Are you hungry? I think I saw some gophers or more rabbits.
Rabbit stew, let's do it.
So I pull out my bow. I start, looking for rabbits, thinking about dinner.
You guys are gonna make camp there?
We're walking.
What time of
We're
day?
still going.
It's getting towards night,
Okay. Yeah.
so you would need to climb down the ropes and
Yeah.
Okay.
We climb down the ropes, and I'm kind of like hunting along the way, making our way back to the hut.
Okay. You guys climb the ropes, and you find yourself in the wasteland again. And you move out, and roll 20-sided one more time.
13.
Sig stops. And he pulls back and he whips out his bow.
What is it? A rabbit? Pull
No.
out my bow.
You see a goblin
Ah.
about 40 yards ahead, but not just standing there. Just standing.
I don't even hesitate. I let one arrow go. I'm sure the shot is going to hit him.
Roll 20.
14.
You loose the arrow. It's a little too far away. It's a great shot, but he dives out of the way and misses. And all of a sudden you hear this, whoa! This unholy scream from either side of you, behind and in front. Whoa! And goblins, whoosh, everywhere. Everywhere. Okay, we're talking there's like maybe 100. All right? Woo! They come out, and you see that there's ones with shields and swords. There's ones with spears and polearms. There's ones with little bows.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, oh no. They charge you from all directions. You see arrows.
Put up 3.
You knock 3.
Yeah.
Roll 20-sided. Roll 20-sided.
11.
1. I say better goblins than nobles, and I start
You
firing.
You start firing. Bam! You hit one, and all of a sudden you hear Sig go, and thump, 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 As arrows are coming from all directions, they're hitting you from sides that you're not even looking at. You see an arrow go like this, you go like this, and then get hit in the small of the back. Thunk, thunk, Goblins are charging from all directions. You see 5 of them coming at you from all directions. Whoa!
I pull out my dagger and I just
Woof! The
defend
first
myself.
one has a polearm and he swings at you. Not only are you wounded from before, you have taken arrows. Roll 20 sides.
I fire off as many arrows as I can. How far away are they from us? Are they
You
on
start. No, they are on you.
They're on you. Okay.
None of them are coming towards you. You can fire arrows at the guys who are swarming,
Okay.
or the bowmen, or both.
I aim at the bowman.
You aim at the bowman. Tush! Roll 20 sided.
1.
You fire at the bowman, and you see a couple goblins near you kind of look at you weird, but it is over quickly. You see him, like, you hear a fight, you hear a couple of goblins get hit, but all of a sudden, he is swarmed and brought down, and Sig is swarmed and brought down. There's just way too many of them. And a goblin, actually, you have your bow out, and a goblin grabs your bowstring. And he just looks at you, and he has this expression on his face like he just wants to gut you, spit you, and eat you. But he doesn't. And there are goblins everywhere, and you just as Tark
I'm
and
just
Sig,
trying to stab, and
they are cut to pieces. You literally see them stalling. their heads off.
No.
They are cutting them into pieces. Whack, whack, whack. You are unharmed. You're not quite sure what to do because they're everywhere.
Right.
There is 100 goblins, and they are a lot stronger than their size would indicate. It's almost like they have animal strength. They are all around you with swords out, spears, bows, the whole 9 yards. These 2 jaegers of Karan have been cut to pieces. There is just they're jumping up in the air with the body parts, and you are horrified. Roll 20-sided.
7.
You are frozen. They're all over you. And all of a sudden the goblins start to kind of pipe down and they part. And you just see a cat. And then you look up and here she comes. And she smiles at you. And then she looks at one of the goblins, and the goblin holds up a head, his head.
Jesus.
And then she turns and she smiles at the goblin, and then she looks at you and she says, "Hungry?"
No, I'm not hungry. Thank you.
"Speak, what goes? Walk with me." And she turns and walks, and the goblins, boom, like this, just spread out, like scouts go this way, scouts go that way, and the main body starts to march. But you see there's other ones who are just looking at you with just these foul expressions with their weapons out, and they surround her and surround you. You can tell they don't like you very much. She looks at your bow and then looks at you like she knows. But she says nothing. She goes, "Speak."
I have a message for you from Lana. The plan has changed. The prize is like the North Star in the sky.
Stop. She stops walking. She turns and she actually walks off like she's thinking. She rushes back to you. She says, "Tell me everything that happened. Do you? What do you tell her? What do you leave out? Do you leave out nothing? Do you tell her all?"
I'm gonna tell her what I witnessed. I'll tell her.
Okay. She actually puts a hand on you. And she kind of rubs your arm. Like she's pleased with you. She says, "Very good. We must protect you. It is very important what I'm about to tell you, yes?" She takes out one of your knives and she says, "Courage, yes?" She puts the knife against your face. She says, "Draw breath." Whoosh! She just cuts you right down your face and you just start bleeding. Whoa. Pretty deep. Like you got cut in combat. And then she puts the knife back and she touches the other side of your face. She says, "Sorry. Here's what you say. You were ambushed. Do you understand?
Yes.
But not by goblins. There are 100 Jews. They're clothed as if they are a mercenary combatant. But tell them they must not be mercenaries. Tell them they must be Jews who are raiders, who are dressed such to do greater mischief, and they set upon you and they killed your 2 companions. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes. They were 100 Jews.
100 Jews.
Yes. And they were raiders. They came upon us.
You will tell them that the direction that you saw them was due east, but only 3 miles. No, 5. They will see tracks. You will not. Do you understand?
Yes. Okay. Due east. 5 miles due east.
Go. And then she says go, and you know you're dismissed and you're meant to run off. Everybody roll 27.
I'm dead, so I don't roll, right?
Of course you roll.
17, right? 17.
I'm a severed head. I got a 2.
We're here to have fun and play the game. We never remain dead for long.
All right.
You are with your sister. And as always, she brings a smile to your face. And you're glad that all of these things that have happened have not overly scarred her, and you're glad that she has been honored. Your name is Athne. You are of the royal house of Meikos.
Brother to
Yes.
Rick.
Although you're his younger brother, you have a real love-hate relationship with him because he's going to get everything before you do.
Okay.
The only way that you can get by in this world is through the point of your sword, so you would best make it work. You must listen to him, but it doesn't mean you can't give him an incredible amount of extra. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. You're with Lana, but then you just all of a sudden the camp comes alive, and you stand up, roll 20-sided, roll 20-sided, roll 20-sided.
18. 6.
6.
You encounter Jaegers before you encounter everybody else, and they see you, and the bow, swoosh, 3 arrows come out. They're like, how far back? Where?
We got ambushed.
Where? What direction? How far?
They're headed south, southeast, due east. I think they're about 5 miles away.
Camp. There.
Yeah. They're raiders.
Half a mile. I will go scout. Go, go. And the guy, the Jaeger runs off in the direction that you pointed him.
Torque is dead. Sig is dead.
Understood. Go. Tell the rest. Boom, he's off. And you keep going. And as you keep going, you meet another Jaeger. This one does not even ask. He just accompanies you back. You run, he's right behind you, right? Bam, you enter camp. The Jaegers immediately perk up. Vilmore comes forward. All of you see this. He is bleeding like a stuck pig. He's been in combat. He's slashed across the face. There's blood all across his front. He left with 3. He is returned with 1. Vilmore steps forward. Speak. What happened? You see Thorn come forward. Tez. Dante.
We were in an ambush. 100 raiders. I think they were Jutes. They came at us quick out of nowhere.
How the hell did Jutes arrive here? They're from the far north. They need to get through nations to come to us.
I don't know. They were on us so quickly that we had no time to act.
100?
Torque is dead. Sig is dead.
You tell me
They
true.
rode off due east.
Roll 20-sided.
They're not far, maybe 3 miles, 5 miles.
Don't you?
We need to get them. We need to go.
It's over.
I can't believe I got away with my life.
How's happening? Do I hear this?
Yes.
Finally, some action around here. Lothric, let's go. What are we waiting for?
We do have to ensure that Lana gets safely to Karan.
This is very important. They are all to the west, yes?
Yeah, they rode off due east.
They rode off due east. Now, due east would be away from you.
Yes.
That'd be Garuda.
Garuda says nothing. You look at him, and he looks at you, and he's just not. He's like, "What the hell? What in the 9 hells?"
I walk over next to him. Does it seem true? Is it possible?
He says, "In Jew, part line, part true." And actually, you get a couple heads turning, but that's about like they look at. There are Jutes who would fight against other Jutes because they're mercenaries or whatever. So it's not like they look at him like a little suspiciously, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Right? He's going to pass muster. Vilmore says, "There's over 50 of us. I'll not have 100 Jutes running around this land. At the very least, we track them. At the very least."
The full party?
Is there someone there that can tend to my wounds, or I can tend to my own wounds?
I'll give you 5 fate for even bringing it up. Jaegers are all over you tending a wound. At least it was clean, they say.
And does somebody have some mead for me to drink?
They give you everything that you need. They have laid you down. I mean, it's like they are all over you.
Okay, I can take it. I can take a break.
You can take, you are just,
Covering.
you are recovering. And they mistake maybe an expression on your face and they say, "There was nothing you could do about it. It's all right."
I still have the cat.
Oh, yeah. The cat never even blinked when the goblin showed up.
Lothric, the men are ready. What are your orders for us?
Vilnor says, "We send the non-combatants with maybe a few of your knights and a few of mine, one of mine, back to Karan. I will simply have you at your word that that's where they will go. I will take you at your word."
Indeed.
All right. So he says to Tez and Dante. He goes to Dante. You will go with him. And Boric, he says, you will stay with me. And Boric says, I go with him. He says, then you're both staying. If you wish, Vizio Vizio's in armor too, so all of your guys are combatants.
Okay.
So you could go. But everybody starts to issue commands that the Jaegers go forth. And the knights, he's actually with, there's 20 Jaegers, 20 knights, your guys. So that's 50 right there, plus you probably have 60 guys.
But we're sending my knights and one of Ilvor's back to Karan.
Well, just a handful,
Okay.
He said. So you could probably order that up. Lana says, where are you going? Can I go?
You must go safely back to Karan.
And she looks disappointed, but she nods. She says, as you wish, brother.
Thank you.
And then for some reason she looks at Dante. You don't know why. But she looks at Dante, and then she looks at Father Ivor. She goes, Father Ivor, will you come with us? And Father Ivor says, yes, I will come. He says, good. I need at least one friend here, but Dante is coming too, so... And you know that they're friends from way back. That's the reason why they accompanied her before.
Right.
And you guys get ready and you head out. You have been dressed. You've been stitched up, and they're like, it's going to leave a nasty mark, but you're not bleeding anymore.
Scars are sexy.
Thorn says, he nods, he says, well, I'm glad we didn't hang you. So I hope you're as good with bows as you are with cats. That is very strange, by the way. And you laugh. He says, I know you don't know this land, but you know East and you know Jutes. You will go, yes? With us?
Yes.
Not in the front, but right behind them?
Yes.
Jaeger order. And then he signs to you in Jaeger, like, do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
And he nods and says, okay, good, go.
Sign back and go.
You go. And another Jaeger nods at you and he says, you're my third. And off you go. Everybody roll 20-sided as you follow.
I want to have a conversation with my brother.
17. Wait, so are we leaving at
7.
You are leaving, but you're not even... Okay, you can go wherever you want. There's a small party going with Lana, going...
While they're still together, while he's still with her, I walk up to him and say, I want to mention something to you.
Please.
I look around, see if Bailey's listening.
Actually, there's only one person, Vizio, who is listening, who is his, advisor.
Yeah.
But he is nearby, obviously listening, but he's turned away.
Right. I found
Interesting. Some journal?
Yes, a diary per se. Maybe code it. I'm decoding it now.
I would be interested to know what it says.
Might have news about the events that happened.
Well, I'm not sure I might want that news.
Vizio turns.
Would you...
He takes out his pouch, his entire pouch, and he hands it to you.
He hands it in. I think we would like to purchase it. Would you be amenable to such trade?
It is written in strange language.
You don't necessarily have to decode it.
It will soon be ashes. All of you have run off. You are near the Jaeger Vanguard. Because you're just considered to be one of them. You know their signs, you're one of them, so you have been immediately kind of incorporated into everything. But the only thing strange and weird about you is you're from Meikos, and everybody knows that nothing good ever comes out of Meikos, and the fact that you have a cat around your neck. Apart from that, you've just been accepted into this group. You know, because you're a Jaeger, that the following is happening. The Jaegers are spreading out in every direction. Once they contact the enemy, they will do so in a way that the enemy doesn't see them, and then they report back, and you guys have full intelligence that you can operate on. Jutes are barbarians. They're really good in the forest, but the thing is, this is your only thing. Your only thing is being the guy in the forest with the dog. You have an edge on them. Very rarely do civilized people have an edge on Jutes. That's your edge. And the fact that you have cavalrymen, knights. All right? So you are moving out. You see the Jaegers look at imaginary tracks and bolt out after them. There's no tracks. All right, which kind of explains a lot, especially from Lana running off south and everybody else running off north. And you realize that this is maybe something this witch can do, and she's exempted you from this illusion. All right? So you are running off from these Jaegers. So she is leading them.
Now we're with them?
The Jaegers are ahead of you. You are with the main body, okay? So you're actually with knights.
Yeah.
He has 10 house knights, and he is outfitted. Now, when I say knights, you guys have Norman conical helms, if you know what those are.
Yeah.
So it's got a nose thing, but it's like completely enclosed. You're wearing chainmail, but the chainmail goes all the way down. It's like cavalryman chainmail, so it protects your legs and your arms. You have kite shields and long swords. You have spears rather than lances, but you do have stirrups. You can use it like that. You have a couple backup weapons on your saddle. All right, you got knives on you, but it's really good chainmail. There's a lot of difference between different types of chainmail. You personally are wearing King's chainmail that's thick, which means that the circles are like, there's a lot of them. It's real thick, okay? So you are as well outfitted as you can be because you are the second son of the ruling house of Meikos, which is a wealthy house.
Okay.
The guys of Karan envy your chainmail. They envy your weapons. You're just altogether better than the knights of Meikos, but there's 20 of them, and they are knights of the house that the mayor of the palace has taken. So they are just no chumps. Say what you will, the men of the Middle Kingdoms are dowdy and tough. The Jutes are animals. Okay, but if the Jaegers do their job, you guys are going to spot them before they spot you. Make sense? I want everybody to roll 20-sided.
17.
19.
16.
19.
Damn.
You instinctively go down. You have your bow and your arrows, but you're hunkered down. And you realize that the reason why you did that is just out of the peripheral of your vision, other Jaegers have gone down. And then you hear, now that you're quiet, you hear 100 men being very quiet on horseback, but they are armed and armored, so they make noise. But the truth is, you're actually impressed that this 100 guys is operating like this. These guys are no slouch at all. If you guys weren't Jaegers, you would have never even known they were there. You actually go forward and you look out, and then you see 100 Jutes. They are barbarians, but they are every bit as armed and armored as you guys are, almost in the same style. They also have chainmail, but it looks finer than what you guys are using in the Middle Kingdoms. They have fine horses. They have cloaks and they have necklaces, and their necklaces indicate that they are a licensed mercenary condata of the Middle Kingdoms. They are authorized to go from kingdom to kingdom selling their swords. Okay, condatas like this don't go rogue. They don't pillage and rape. They make enough money doing what they do. The other Jaegers kind of look at each other and they look at you and they're like, damn. They kind of look at each other and you know it doesn't make sense to them because this just doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
These Jutes would have more to gain just selling their swords because there's all kinds of little battles happening between city-states, and they usually just employ mercenaries and pitch battles rather than their own troops to do it. I mean, Meikos is right nearby. Meikos hardly ever uses their own troops for anything.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell that they're kind of befuddled a little bit, but they turn to you and they say, are these the guys? And you say, yes, definitively yes. And the Jaegers start to drift back to where the knights are. And you are there. You can do whatever you wish. Type up if you need to. Roll 20-sided one more time. Roll a 1.
16.
That's 15 off. Everybody else, roll 20-sided.
10.
20.
18.
Go ahead and diplomacy experience, court intrigue and experience, and tactics and strategy experience. And you see the Jaeger start to flood back. And this is like, you've never really been in a position like this. This is a well-oiled machine. These are Jaegers who are doing their job. They're the eyes and ears of this army. And the knights are coming up, and the Jaegers are giving information to Vilnord and to Thorn. And they are talking amongst themselves. In fact, Vilnord kind of goes like this to the both of you, and actually to Dante and the father. And you hear the report. The Jaegers are like, 100 Danes. To all intents and purposes, they look like a mercenary Kandata. I'm not quite sure what happened. This doesn't make sense.
What symbol? What group?
Their insignia is green with the maple leaf. They wear green cloaks. I haven't heard of them before, but they look totally. They are wearing the necklace of the mercenary.
I go over to Gorda and Jude. I say to him, this seems correct.
He nods.
Would they do something like this?
The Jaeger seems perplexed, and Thorn says, our Jaegers say that there is a defile, that they would probably be moving at the bottom of the defile because they're moving like they don't want to be seen. They are moving with stealth. They are covering their tracks. These are good warriors. Vilnor kind of rolls his eyes. Go on. Yes, my lord. The Jaegers say that they will be going through a ravine, a defile. If we come up and go down, our horses will be able to engage them with lances. It will be an excellent first charge. It may win a battle for us as the Jaegers rain down fire from the top of the ridge. It is what the other Jaegers have suggested. We can set this up and execute. And hopefully it will all go according to plan, although the gods know, and the saints, seldom does it. And Vilnor turns to everyone. In fact, you are there as well.
Okay.
You have come up, and he looks at you and he says, well, are you in the mood to kill Jutes?
You have our swords.
Very well.
I say, Wolfert. Far be it from me to advise on matters of military strategy. Granted, we do have the high ground and the element of surprise, and I yearn for a fight. But look at what's going on here. This is not normal for these mercenaries. They wouldn't attack the Jaegers like this, and we're staking our lives on the testimony of one man. A bit odd that he came back alone when he was sent with two other very capable Jaegers.
Brother makes a good point. You wish us to ride out in pursuit?
Send an emissary.
He's actually, Vilnor is kind of taken aback, and he turns to you. And he says, This is a Jaeger of Meikos. You are second son of Meikos. You can do what you wish. We can take this Jaeger back and have him tortured. I care not.
I wish that. I mean, your men have since observed these this party in action, so we are willing to help you defend your lands, no doubt about it.
Wait, just what have the men observed? What have they witnessed? Exactly the Jaegers.
Well, his initial report was just verified, right?
Which was?
Vilnor turns to the Jaeger scout, like, go on. And the Jaeger scout nods and he says, my lord, what do you mean? What information do you wish of the 100?
What did you see? How did you confirm?
Our scouts have come upon them. They are exactly in the direction.
How did you find them? Where did you track them?
Oh, we found tracks. We found the tracks from the Jaegers that were slain, but we did not find their bodies. And we found tracks from the Jutes that led to this direction. We have come upon them unerringly.
So, they wish to be stealthy, but they have no skill in counter-tracking. And wasn't it the original party, the small party that went off by itself? Were they fooled by fake tracks as well?
The Jaeger shrugs. He doesn't know anything about it, but he says, "But I disagree with you. They are good at hiding their tracks. They're doing they're doing a good job. We would have spotted them anyways, but we are Jaegers. But these are good men."
So it is either ambush or ambush.
Well, I mean, the concern that was brought up is are they actually worthy ambush targets? Is it possible the initial report, the violence that they caused was inaccurate? Their numbers accurate, inside your borders accurate, but was it they who killed two of the three Jaegers initially sent out? And is that worthy of an initial salvo being an ambush as opposed to diplomacy?
The rest on the honor of this man. The question is only.
Vilnor smiles, and he looks at you, and you don't like the way that he looks at you.
I mean,
And he says, well, I have a suggestion. Why do we not prepare this ambush? But then perhaps you and your brother could come from this direction, down the ravine, to meet them. And you could speak with them. And perhaps you will be diplomatic. And he just sort of like smiles at you like, you willing to go that far?
I kind of chuckled to myself. Sure.
He says, sure. Vilnor,
do I get the sense that that's like a legitimate sure, or is he like, fuck this?
your brother is half cocked all the time. He's willing to rock.
Thursday.
If you wish, given the debt that we have accrued and the honor at which you have assisted us, I will go out there in diplomacy. Or if you would like to attack 100 Jutes within your border and potentially provoke a war that might have been avoided, I will aid you in battle as you requested.
These Jutes are far from them. Far from them. They claim to be a condata for safe conduct across their lands, but they are obviously up to no good.
Time is of the essence, either way. We must go.
I would say this. Your brother, he seems a good diplomat. Perhaps him and 2 of your men. 3 in total. And the rest of us will be at the top of the hill if there was any kind of mischief. At first sign of trouble, scream and draw your blade. We will come. In fact, I will have 5 jaegers whose only purpose is to kill the Jutes in front of you. Yes?
Sounds all right to me.
I would not send men to his death unnecessarily, although what you do is quite dangerous.
I understand the gravity of the scenario. If those Jutes are in this land causing trouble, then it will be our fist of justice that brings them to their knees.
A couple nearby men-at-arms cheer when you say that. Ah! And Vilnor says, very well. And he turns to a Jaeger and he says, lead them to the top of the ravine. The rest of us, we will take up ambush position. He says, may the gods be with you and the saints, however you will have it.
And also with you.
3 nods. Let us go. And the Jaeger comes up to you. He bows, my lord. And he smiles and says, keep up. Boom. Runs off.
I put my horse into a trot.
And there are actually men who follow you because they like the way that you think. You're out for riches. You're out for fame. And there's a lot of warriors who are common who wish not to be, who are out for the same thing. 3 men immediately are with you. And they are behind you. And you are let off by this Jaeger. Everyone else roll 20-sided.
I'm gonna ride with him as well.
You're going to ride with him as well?
Yep.
Okay.
19.
I know that's potentially a problem.
You turn and as you trot off, Vilnor says, as long as Vizio stays. If Vizio stays, it's all right. And you know that the reason why he said that is because
The money.
Vizio knows about the deal. He knows
Yeah.
about the money.
Vizio, you handle it.
Vizio says, I would rather I go than you, my lord.
I know. At least let me speak with my brother before he takes his
It is you are second son. This is father.
I realize that.
As you wish, my lord.
Very well.
You take off, and all of a sudden your older brother meets up with you, and you are just, son of... Because you know that when he is there, he's in charge, he's going to steal your glory. That's a bet. You run off. The Jaeger is up in front, and every once in a while he turns and looks to see that you guys are going. You are with Vilnor. And all the knights, they are tying down all of their armor and equipment and stuff so they're quiet, and you guys are advancing forward, and the Jaegers are, you lance this way, that way. And they're organizing this ambush, and it's just, you see the men, The knights of the house are just automatically doing what they say. This is how it should be. This is how a good military unit operates. The mayor of the palace, say what you will, he's a competent man. And you go with him.
So, my lords, now that you're away from prying eyes and listening ears, perhaps you set apart a small contingency of men, maybe 10, 15 men, just in case whatever you have planned, whatever the ambush may or may not be, you have a small group of men that can rouse it. That no one else knows but you.
I will think upon this, but we are outnumbered as it is.
Yes.
We may need everyone. Do you join battle? I do not expect you to, but you are more than welcome to.
I will join you.
He nods.
I have but one life to live, and that's probably one too many.
What of your man, or Jude? And Garuda just sort of...
He goes where I
He
go.
looks like he's going to look up, but then his eyes go right back there.
I see he goes where I go.
As it should be. What of you, Dante, Boric, Father Ivor? What do you do? And Father Ivor says, "Oh, I will stay behind, but I will tend to the wounded." And Dante says, "I will join in battle." And Boric kind of, "I don't think that's advisable." "No, I will go. I have a scimitar." And he takes out his scimitar. And Boric looks at you and looks at Dante and says, "You should not be doing this. I will go. I'll hang back and you can be in front of me."
I take his scimitar. I may have needed this time, and you can use two at You stay here.
You see that, and for some reason, Dante just sort of like, he looks like a spanked puppy, and he hands over his scimitar,
Okay.
and then Boric says, "Alas." Dante kind of looks over at him like, a little thwarted, and you guys all are assembling into position. Roll 20-sided, roll 20-sided.
I want to talk to my brother before the shit goes down. Look for an opportunity.
You're going to be there in minutes.
6.
You're being taken in a way where the sound into the ravine is muffled.
Yeah.
But you're being taken to the top of it to go down. All right?
Yeah, I ride up to him. I got a 6x4. I ride up to him, brother. This was your idea.
Well, I merely jumped at the suggestion. You know how much I like to fight. Plus, this is a great honor for our house to intercept these. And obviously, hopefully, they are not combatant and everything goes peaceful. But, oh boy, won't it be a spectacle.
Let us hope not too much of a spectacle. You wish to do the negotiating?
I don't have a mind for diplomacy. I'd rather have a fight. But I do suggest we hoist our colors. It'll let them know that we come without aggression at first.
You wish me to negotiate with whoever they send?
I'll have your back. If things break out, I'll be the first one chopping heads off.
Very well. In that case, I will do the negotiating and I will leave the tactical command to you, brother.
Thank you. This is an honor. And then we hoist our banners as we're getting closer, so we let them know who we are.
Fate. 3 fate. All right, so you get closer, and actually the jaeger leads you right to the top of the ravine, and he just motions down, and then he says, like me, I go this way. Roll 20 sight.
10.
You are on the edge of the ravine looking down, and actually you see the Jutes coming. They're all on horses, but they're not war horses. They could probably be used in a pinch, but they're not trained war horses, and they're not armored. The Jutes themselves, however, are very well armored. You can tell that they are competent, barbarian, good fighting men. They're quiet, they're moving quietly. Their horses are all going into the same tracks. So you would probably think that there was more than one horse doing this, but you can't tell that there's 100. They're good men. And you are there overlooking them, unseen, and there's other Jaegers that are all up and down, and they're just waiting for this column. And then all of a sudden, the column stops. Your eyes go like this, and you see him, and 3 knights riding towards them down the ravine.
Banners hoisted.
With their banners hoisted. And you see, roll 20-sided. Actually, boom, 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 roll 20-sided.
16.
11.
The pulse of these 100 Jutes does not change. And when they approach, you see 5 of them split off and go a little faster, and the rest of the column is left behind. And you guys see that as well. You see 5 of the Jutes they ride right up to you.
So 5 to 5.
5 against 5.
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't drawn their weapons. In fact, their shields are. They just look like they're traveling, and they just ride right up to you. They look. Actually, the way that they look at you is kind of like they're just looking at you like, what on earth is going on?
I look back to my brother and I say, if you give the word to draw swords, it's on. And I ride out to approach.
They ride right up to you.
Who speaks for your company?
It is I.
I
I believe.
Well met. The name is Lothric. We are emissaries representatives of Karan. We are actually from Meikos, my crew, and we are.
As I see. And obviously, you guys are in the colors of Meikos.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the look leaves their eyes like, oh, all right.
We have been requested to engage you and to see if you would be willing to exit these lands. Your presence here is unwelcome, as far as we know, and there have been reports that you have done harm to 2 of the jaegers recently. We wish to negotiate your exit from these lands as quickly as possible, with some recompense for that negotiation.
They turn and they look at each other, just quizzically. And then the Leaf, he turns back to you, and he says, here are my papers.
Look at his papers. Do they look legitimate?
I
Yeah.
look over, I look at him, kind of
He-
confused, but pretending like I know what
This is one of those things where you would have just taken the papers and handed it to Vizio.
Right.
Okay, but you look it over and all the seals are there. You see that the last city he was in was Meikos, and you see in fact, you recognize signatures. You see seals and ribbons, and it all looks completely legit.
And he's got permission to be moving through Karan.
Yeah, you see stuff from there are people of Karan in Meikos for precisely this sort of thing, to take bribes mainly, and whoever the hell he had to bribe to get through Karan, he has. Everything is completely in order. There is nothing out of order. He needs nothing. You're just like, okay. Like, he had a lawyer, an advocate, help him.
Right.
Okay, this is not something that some Jew barbarian could do on his own, you don't think, unless this guy's been around a long time. But the way that he talks, he just seems like a savage who's disciplined and doing his thing. He just like an ordinary Jew barbarian mercenary. But his paperwork does not look like that. It looks like an advocate went to all these places, got all these seals and ribbons, and is handed to him. It's pretty much it.
I lean over to Lothric and I say, if there was a fight here, it would have happened already.
Leaf says, I know nothing of Jaegers. We have seen no Jaegers of Karan. We saw a signal fire.
What is your destination?
He shrugs. He says, we were in Meikos, we were bored. Meikos is not fighting anyone. We were in Karan and we were bored. We started hunting. We got lost.
I look to my brother. He doesn't seem to be drawing swords or anything.
No, I'm resting on my horse now. I'm a little pouty, looking at the commander. I just really wanted to fight him.
Leaf kind of looks at you and he says, why are you here?
Why am I engaging you? Or
We
why-
are in. He goes like this and gestures, and there's there's no roads. You're like in the boonies. It's like,
We were on a separate mission when we ran across knowledge of your party, and those we were with did not understand that you had the correct permissions to be here. We thought it was a threat, some type of strange invasion. So as a favor to Karan, I rode out here with a select few to engage you with a discussion. He sort of like collates the papers and hands them back to Leaf.
He takes the papers and they kind of look around. And the odd thing is, they seem more suspicious of you than you seem of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your presence makes no sense to them. And they kind of get a little squirrely and they start looking around. And he looks at your colors and like he wants his brain to think that you're an imposter, but you are obviously not one. From your head to your foot, you are not an imposter, but you can tell that he's looking at you like, is that a real tabard? Is that real King's Chain? Is that... And he sort of looks over your horse. Your horse is definitely a trained war horse, definitely in armor. I mean, like, it would take a herd of cattle to buy all the stuff that's on you right now, and there's like 5 other people with you in exactly the same kind of armor. And he's just looking at you and looking around like, who are you with? And you realize that you do not make sense right now. You're in Karan, in boonies by the frontier, and you are like this noble of Meikos. Like, there should be nothing but jaegers out here, in sparsely, few and far between.
I sigh. I think that our business is concluded. You have my apologies for the delay. Seems everything is in order.
He says, who are you with?
I said, Lothric, that's not going to be good enough for Lord Vilmor,
No, but
the master of the palace.
I sort of back my horse back to my brother so we have a little bit of privacy. I realized, but we can't give him something.
Where's the jaeger who gave the report? If it was a false report, he should be severely punished. If not killed where he stands. If he can identify, or if they can identify the jaeger, then we might have something to go on. But as it stands, we cannot return to Vilmor empty-handed.
Say we have encountered no jaegers. This might be a mystery that they cannot help us solve.
You see the Jutes are talking amongst themselves too. And actually, Leaf, he rides up to you guys. And he says, you will travel with us.
I have other...
You do not belong.
And
I do not trust you. You travel with us. We take you where you want to go.
I have other business. I am here under the permission and protection of the Lord Mayor of Karan. Actually, I have papers that I can show him.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, absolutely.
You take out your paperwork and you show it to him, and he takes it.
2 warriors.
And he opens it up and sees he's reading everything sideways.
As in Lothric, I speak their language. I signal to one of the jaegers, and then have the archers that were waiting on the ridge and the valley appear, so that they know that they're surrounded.
Roll 20-sided.
16.
You gesture, and you don't know, it has the most effect on the Jutes. You see no jaegers. No jaegers. But the Jutes kind of look up like, who is he gesturing towards? In Leaf, he looks over your stuff, and he actually counts them. Maybe to see if you have as many as he does.
Shit.
And then he hands it back to you.
I'm merely doing a favor for Karan.
Where do you go now?
I go to Karan.
Who are you with?
I am with a number of their knights and jaegers and my own company here.
Who else?
I interject. We even have one of yours with us.
Indeed we do.
Of my Kandata?
Sorry, a Jute. A mercenary. I'm traveling with a merchant.
I take you back to them.
Just me?
I take you all back. We travel together.
The more the merrier. We could use the reinforcements with the you-know-what.
And he turns and he goes like this, and you see the column advance. And there's like, they just advance. You see 100 guys. They're moving out. They have they're not.
They're advancing away, like
No, they're towards you.
okay.
Okay, like they are coming out of this ravine and you went in. So they are like, and he's like, let us go. What is your name?
The name is Lothric Garande. My brother, Athri Garande, and our 3 of our bravest knights.
Leaf turns the others and he speaks in June, and then he turns back to you and he says, your sister missing.
You heard.
Meikos, all here.
We have retrieved her. We're all headed back to Karan.
And she is pure still.
As unblemished snow.
The Jew, maybe a facial twitch, but that's it. And he just nods. And you continue, and it's you're an odd party, and the Jutes just kind of they look at you and look around, but they just seem unconcerned with your presence, and there was 100 of them, and they seem safe, secure, and like they know what they're doing. And when you get to the top of the ridge, you actually see Vilnor there, but he's with 10 guys, and you see jaegers to either side. And Vilnor, he actually rides forward. Brother?
Negotiations were unexpectedly successful, I'm pleased to report.
Will you introduce me?
They seem to have all of their papers. I bring Leaf over or whatever. This is Lord Mayor of the Palace, Ilvar. This is Leaf of the Maple Leaf Company.
Leaf nods. And Vilnor says, 2 silver per day. 200 silver for the condado until further notice. And Leaf nods.
And I say to Lothric, we need to find that jaeger.
Indeed.
We just about lost a lot of good men because of a false report.
Right.
And if you don't do something, I will cut him down.
I understand your position, bro.
Do something about it.
Is the Jaeger around? Like, do we see him like in the company of the small number of Jaegers that?
No, the Jaegers that are here are like they're like
Karan Jaegers.
That's exactly right. You see Thorn there. You see just the top guys. But this little column that is now bigger by 100 starts to move out, and Vilnor just has hired them on the spot for an absurd amount of money for Karan. Well, let's put it this way. You are giving him 1,500 silver. He's paying 200 silver for them per day. All right, so... But it's done. You have 100 Jutes that are now part of your thing, and they just accept that. Like this has happened 50 times before.
Wow.
And you guys go, and Vilnor says, bring the Jaeger from Meikos. Roll 27.
2.
A Jaeger comes up to you. He goes like this. And you go with him. And he leads you to, you see that from your vantage, you've seen the column of Jutes. They've talked with them. They just continue traveling, and then they take you around, and you see Vilnor, the head of the column. You see them all. And the Jaeger takes you right to them. And Jaegers come up behind you. And you salute. And Vilnor actually says nothing. He turns his horse. And you see that you are now faced with men of Meikos, of the royal house.
It seems as if you've given a false report, potentially put many lives in danger.
I only speak to my experience. I was attacked, and that's what I saw. And these people, they're lying to you. They're not telling you the truth.
Is that the truth?
Roll 27.
Am I here?
Oh, yeah.
15.
I said, you will be drawn and quartered if you do not recant your testimony.
No, 5.
Actually, Vizio says, my lord, this is very easily solved. Columns never set out without vanguards and scouts and such. A party of vanguard came upon them. There was a short, sharp fight before anyone realized what was going on. He needs to identify which one of these Jutes killed our men, and those men need to be dealt with.
I mean,
Does he even know the symbol that they wear? Has he seen them? Why would you bring up this thing?
Vizio says, the jaeger said he was in an engagement. He was slashed across the face with a sword or knife. The other jaegers were slain. So we need to find our dead, and we need to find out who did this. He said, we found the tracks led here.
so why leave him alive, though? Why did they leave you alive? You said 100, 5 miles east. They only killed 2 out of 3? They're staggering.
Actually, Vizio kind of pulls back at that and he says, yes, he did say that. I thought it might be an engagement with the Vanguard, but if he saw 100, well, perhaps he engaged a side guard he was within sight of them. I do not know, but it does not make
We can no longer trust the testimony of this one man. I say we go to the site where the 2 Jaegers were slain, and we investigate there, and the battlefield will tell the story.
Indeed, it seems a good idea.
If there were 100 men, we can easily tell. That leaves hoof prints. That leaves marks.
You guys have already seen those tracks. And
Not of his body.
no, of his battle. You saw where the Jaegers and the Jutes fought. It was actually in the direction that the Jutes are heading, if that makes any sense at all. It didn't seem like 100 guys, and you didn't find the bodies of the Jaeger. There was no blood, but you did see that there was a scuffle. You saw tracks.
It didn't look like 100 men passed through there.
I don't understand what happened to you. What is your story? Was it 100? Was it less than 100? Why did they spare you?
I fought my way out of it. I got away. I couldn't. They were on us so quickly, and I didn't know what else to do other than ride away. And that's thankfully what I did.
I mean, why would these men with the proper papers looking to make a coin attack 3 Jaegers of the country they were lawfully traveling in?
I don't know. I wasn't going to stick around to find out after killing Torque and C.
And what's with this damn cat? I walk over to it and try and grab the cat. It's a disgrace to have this on you.
Roll 20-sided.
Meow, meow.
It's my good luck charm now.
16.
It's a cat. It's long gone before you even... You go like this, boom.
It's gone.
The thing can avoid a snake. It can avoid you. He seems calm. He seems just resigned. He seems resigned. Like you're asking him these questions, he answers. He sighs. He tells you again what he said before.
You accuse some number of these men of killing your comrades. Everyone has the right to face their accuser. Will you point them out? Will you tell us?
I'll try to remember. Yeah, I'll try. Yeah, let's do it.
So,
It was
what
a
do you
heated
do?
battle, but
He says he can identify the
Wanna-
men who killed these Jaegers.
I'm going to go over to Leaf and the Lord Mayor.
You do, and they are there. They're there with Ivor. They're there with him, with Garuda, and he looks at you and he says,
This Jaeger, he is adamant that he was attacked by members of this company, a vanguard, perhaps, or a smaller force. I wish him to identify those that attacked him. Do you, will you permit this, given these men are in your employ?
let's see what happens. I am unconvinced of several things. Our Jaegers have surprised these Jutes. Why did the Jutes surprise the Jaegers before? And if they did surprise the Jaegers, why are they traveling like this? Things do not add up, but see what you can find.
Very well. Things do seem odd.
And you are there with your men and with him and the column of Jutes, and they as they ride past you, they nod. Actually, Garuda, his man, comes up to you. He says, you see him looking at Garuda like, "What are you doing?" And he says, "What goes with the Jutes? Did they violate their necklace?"
There's been an accusation that they attacked unwarranted 3 acres to a bush down. We wish the remaining survivor to point out the attackers. to see if the story holds water.
He nods. He says, Jutes can kill anytime they wish. Seldom do we get this. And he rides back.
Before he rides back, I attempt to stop him.
He
Ask,
stops.
is there a way that you could tell if their blades were drawn in anger, if these men are pulled it out?
I do not think so. They could have killed someone 5 minutes ago and you could not tell. And he laughs. These Jutes are on very good behavior. These are wild men. But for gold, they have toned it down. Garuda just goes back to him.
All right, yeah, I mean, I do the appropriate diplomatic discussions with Leaf and make sure that
Well, you ride up to Leaf.